Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. Hello everybody, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. All good? Great. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thank you so much for the wishes that you have been sending me since the morning. So I was actually, so if you guys know that I live in Bangalore, and for the past day itself, we had an office party. So DevTown had its own office party for the very first time. There were like 40 people in the party itself. That is the current size of the team that we are having here offline in our offices, and there are much more people online as well. So everybody joined us in the party, and it started raining. And when it rains in Bangalore, it literally pours. So all the roads were blocked and everything. I was in the office till the morning itself, and the reason that today as well, one of my friends invited me for the dinner and everything, but I think so I might not be able to make it. All the roads in Bangalore are having like 1 to 3 feet of water in them. That is the scenario in Bangalore right now. So yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for all the wishes and everything. So thank you so much. Okay, Karthik sir, why September 1 batch has been postponed to September 15? Because some of the students were having their examinations for two particular colleges in that particular batch. So they requested us to shift the starting date of the batch itself for like a week or so. So that is the reason why we decided to shift the batches itself. Okay, so don't worry about it. So please use VS Code for project lecture. Fam bro, we will be using a very similar online IDE. Okay, because I want to make sure that the students who are attending this particular session from their mobile phones and don't have an access to a laptop or a desktop are also able to like learn and practice everything that we are teaching. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So I've submitted the project for the front end, how to get an assurance for that. So Sita, just check if you will open up the form, it will show you that it has been submitted or not. It usually takes us 1 to 2 weeks to go through every single project, and then we send out the certificate. So it will take us some time, but you will receive it very soon. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for all the wishes and everything. So tomorrow India lost, very sad. Like the entire night's mood for our party was ruined due to that. But nevertheless, like it's fine. There will always be a next time for the same. And yeah, so yesterday's holiday that was there for the India Pakistan match was really wasted. I guess we should have continued with the class itself. Okay, but no issues in that. We will start with our learning process from today itself. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Can you guys let me know what are the different topics that we studied in our previous class? So yesterday, of course, we didn't had a class. So I'm talking about the day before yesterday. The previous class that we had. Can you guys let me know what are the different things that we studied in our day before yesterday's class, guys? Functions. Okay, great. Functions, snippets. That's great. Um, uh, Variables and functions. Variables is something that we learned in a very previous class. Our main focus was on functions, the greeting functions. That's absolutely clever, Vikant, that we did in our previous class. Thank you so much, Deepak, sorry. Okay, great. So what we are going to do today is that we are, if time permits, okay, the plan is to focus upon 3 different topics today. First of all, client line commands, command line commands. That is something that we'll be focusing upon, learning a few of the easy commands that will help you navigate the system much more appropriately. The second will be to starting out with Node.js. So we'll look at Node.js itself. And the third thing that we'll be focusing upon, if time permits, is the NPM package manager. So like yeah, I shouldn't be telling you like npm package manager. I should just be telling you npm because the name is already having package manager inside of it. So no issues in that, but I hope that you guys are able to understand. So these will be the three things that we'll try to make sure that we are able to complete in our today's class. Because I also have one more session after this, so I need to make sure that we are able to complete this today. Yesterday, yes, in the previous class, we also learned about the importance of Node.js. Do you guys remember? Please do let me know, guys. Do you guys remember in the last half of the class itself of our previous class, we learned about the importance of Node.js, guys? Please do let me know. Do you guys remember we learned about the importance of Node.js, guys? Please let me know, guys. Sarthak Kumar Mishra, in data structures and algorithms, you don't have projects. Okay, you work upon questions. Okay, there is no projects inside of DSA. Please remember this. Okay, yes, a space suit for JavaScript. Okay, you guys remember that. Am I right? Great. So keeping that in mind that you guys are able to remember it, and that was a very good example. I think so you should be able to, the spacesuit example that I gave, that JavaScript inside of the atmosphere is like JavaScript, human inside of the atmosphere of Earth is like JavaScript inside the browser, and when you take out JavaScript outside of the browser, it won't work. So you need to provide it with an environment where it can function properly, and that environment is your Node.js. That is what we learned about in the last class. So we will be utilizing that concept later on as well. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys are comfortable with it. Okay, so can we start with the today's class, guys? Please do let me know. Don't worry, Aman Sheikh. Okay, if you have not done that, it's of no worries. Okay, you can continue learning with the class. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's get started, guys. I also want to open up my can of Coke, but I'm not able to do that. So I will take a break in the middle itself once we have learned a bit. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, what we will be using is Code Sandbox. Again, I'm explaining to you guys two things. First, whatever we are doing, we'll start with the utmost basics. And second, as you guys know, most of the people attending this bootcamp don't have an access to a laptop or a desktop. Okay, they are like getting to learn from their mobile phones, so we need to make sure that we are able to take them with us. Okay, on all the steps that we are taking. Okay, so we will be using an online code editor where we'll be working off on, and you guys who are learning from the mobile phones will be able to practice everything that we are learning in our today's class. Okay, you can open this exact same thing from your mobile phones as well, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, just make sure that whatever we are learning from today, you are able to practice it. Do not do it alongside with me. Do not do it alongside with me. You will skip on concepts, and I know if I've taught it once, I know that you will be able to understand it. But if you are not listening to me, if you're trying to code along with me, you won't be able to understand shit, and that is not something that we want. Okay, so after the end of the class, whatever notes that you have taken up, try to do it on your own. So in that way, you will be able to recall as much as possible. Devesh, I need your mobile phone. कितना है? चलेगा? हाँ, अभी के लिए मोबाइल दे दे, चार्जर बाद में ले. I need to get the access to the live chats. आपको कहाँ रखूँ? Okay, so I will just open up. So we'll be using Code Sandbox. Okay, you guys can search for it, codesandbox.io, and we'll be utilizing this for all our coding purposes from right now to the end of the bootcamp. Even our project, we'll be doing it right over here. It is very simple. You can just log in through your Gmail or your GitHub account as well, whatever you guys prefer. Once you've done that, once you're logged into the platform itself, we'll be creating our very own sandbox. So you can click on this particular button that is New Sandbox. Once you have clicked on that, there will be a lot of different options that are available to us. What we want is a Node.js HTTP server, or okay, so let's take up a Node.js HTTP server right now. Okay, let's see if the dependencies are there or not. So no, so Node.js server, I don't think so should be something that we should be using right now. So let's take up the second one, that is just Node.js. Okay. So bootcamp stock market and you side will introduce your friend today. Yeah, Darpan. So I talked to him. I've asked him to conduct a bootcamp by the end of this month or the start of next month itself. It will be a 2 to 7 days long bootcamp that he will be conducting. There'll be two people who will be conducting those bootcamps. So I think so you guys will be able to enjoy it. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, guys. Okay, so I will tell you guys once again. So you guys need to go to codesandbox.io, log into the site using whatever you want, Gmail or GitHub. Okay, once you are inside of it, you want to click on this particular new sandbox. Okay, you want to click on new sandbox. Right over here, you will have a lot of different options that are available. I want you guys to select the Node HTTP server by Code Sandbox. Okay, I want you guys to select the Node HTTP server by Code Sandbox. Once you have selected that, it will open up the entire thing in front of you, as you are able to see right over here. Okay, and then what, just a second. And once you have done that, okay, you will be able to see three different channels in front of you. On the left hand side, as you're able to see, you are having all the files that are there. We'll be deleting almost every single file we don't require. In the middle, you are able to have the files. You can open up the files and write your code right over here. Okay, and then on the right hand side, okay, on the right hand side, you are having your browser as well as your terminal console and the rest of the stuff as well. Okay, so these are all the different things that you should be familiarizing yourself with. What we want to do right now is, first of all, delete index.js. We don't require index.js as of this particular point of time, so we'll be deleting it right now. So let's delete this particular stuff. Okay, we don't require it as of this particular point of time. Readme.md, we don't require it. We will be deleting it, and yeah, we'll keep it up till this particular point of time itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. I've deleted all the files except package.json. The rest of the files, we don't require it as of this particular point of time. Okay, so that is what we have done as of this particular point of time, guys. Okay, great. So we don't require to see the files as well. We'll increase the size of the browser and the terminal right over here. Okay, once you have done that, let's increase the size of the terminal as well. And what we want to do is, we want to click on this particular button. Okay, you are able to see this yarn start. Are you guys able to see this particular letters, yarn start? Please let me know. I think so. I'm coming in middle of the screen itself. Should decrease the size of my screen or something like that. Let me just first of all connect this with Geo. Visible. Okay, great. So on the right side of the yarn start, you will be able to see this particular plus button. Okay, on the right side of the yarn start, you guys will be able to see this particular plus button. I want you guys to click on that particular button itself. Okay, I want you guys to click on that particular button itself. So right over here, as you're able to see, we are getting something written and then a $sign at the end. Once you have come up till here, what I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to write PWD. Okay, I want you guys to write PWD. I will just increase the size of the text so that you guys are able to see it a bit clearly. Okay, I want you guys to write PWD and then press enter. So as you're able to see, PWD basically means a present working directory, okay, which is the present folder, which is the present directory that you are in. Okay, that is the command that basically, so you are in the sandbox directory. Okay, you are in the sandbox directory, as you are able to see from right over here. What I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to create a new directory. Okay, I want you guys to create a new directory right over here. Now to create a new, so directory and folder is the same thing. Okay, directory and folder is the same thing. So some of you might refer to it as folders, some of you might refer to it as directories. So pwd gives you the present working directory, which particular folder are you presently situated in. Okay, now if you want to check what are the different files that are present in the current folder that you are in, okay, in the current directory, what are the different files that are present. So for that, what the command that you have to type is ls, or list all the files that are currently there. So ls basically means list. Okay, that is, you are listing all the different files that are present in the sandbox folder. So you are having index.js, you are having package.json, you are having the node modules and yarn.lock. Okay, these are all the different files and folders. So the one that is highlighted in blue, that is a folder. Okay, the one that is highlighted in blue is a folder right over here. And index.js, package.json, yarn.log are all different files that are there. Okay, are all different files that are there. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is create a new folder right over here. Okay, we need to create a new folder, that is a new directory, and we are going to call it as intro to express. Okay, sorry, intro to node. Okay, we are going to call it as intro to node. So to create a new folder, okay, to create a new folder right now, so you deleted the index.js, right? But it is showing in the list of files because this is a code sandbox, so it has that particular file as a default file. So when I'm deleting that files, I'm deleting it from my own view, but that file is a default file that will still exist, that will just be hidden from our visual appearances itself. That is the reason why we are able to still see index.js right over here. Okay, so what we want to do, Rushi, I've already told you to not code along with me. If you're coding along with me, you're missing out on what I'm speaking. So from right now moving further, I'm not going to look at your doubts. Okay, so right over here, the next command that we want to use is mkdir, or make directory. Mk, that is make, dir, that is directory. We want to create a new folder, so we are going to use mkdir, then space, the name of the folder that you want to create. Okay, the name of the folder that you want to create. So intro hyphen to hyphen node. Okay, this is the folder that I want to create, mkdir intro to node. As you're able to see on the left hand side, we have got a new folder right over here, an empty folder that has the name intro to node. Are you guys able to see this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see it on the left hand side top, intro to node? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this intro to node on the left hand side? Great. So we are able to use the mkdir intro to node to create the new folder itself. Let me just remove myself from the bottom right corner so that you guys are easily able to see me, the code itself. I'll just remove myself completely so that you guys are able to, oh yeah, we can shift it to the right hand side as well. Good, particular looking. So we'll just shift me to the right hand side bottom corner so that you guys are able to see everything much more clearly. As you are able to see right over here, we have used mkdir intro to node to create the new folder. Now again, like you are able to see, if I'm writing pwd right over here, okay, if I'm writing pwd, okay, so again I will have to close. So right now, as you are able to see, I'm not able to write anything inside of my folder itself. So inside of my terminal. So I will close this particular terminal. I will create a new terminal once again. Okay, right now, as you are able to see, if what mkdir means, I think I've told 4 times, so I think so you should be able to listen to me carefully. Okay, so right over here you want to write pwd once again. As you're able to see, you are currently in the sandbox folder. Now we are going to use ls. As you're able to see, we have created our intro to node, okay, folder right over here. Now I want to shift my current present working directory. I want to shift my present working directory from sandbox. I want to go inside of my intro to node. I want to get inside of my intro to node where the present working directory is intro to node. So to be able to do that, to be able to change my directory, the command is cd. Okay, or change directory. That is, I want to go from one folder to other. So change directory intro hyphen to hyphen node. Okay, that is the name of the folder where I want to go to. Okay, that is the name of the folder that I want to go to right over there. Okay, now instead of writing the entire stuff, I can just write intro, and then I can press tab. That will auto complete it. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, I've just written intro. I can press tab right over here, and that will auto complete the entire name. So that is also something that is like, that will help you save a bit of time typing it. Okay, so we will go back inside of our intro to node folder. As you're able to see, in the $sign, we shifted from sandbox to inside of intro to node, and you can confirm that by writing pwd right over here. If you're writing pwd, you are able to see that we are currently inside of our intro to node, which is inside of our sandbox. Okay, which is inside of our sandbox. Are you able to understand how to create a folder, how to change the folder, and how to list all the items that is present in our folder itself? Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please do let me know, guys. CD basically means change directory, guys. Okay, now if I want to go back, okay, if I want to go back to my previous folder, okay, right now I shifted from my sandbox folder to inside of the intro to node folder. If I want to go back from my intro to node folder to the parent folder, that is the sandbox folder, then the command that I have to write is cd space dot dot. Okay, cd space dot dot. That is how you are able to shift from the current working directory, that is your intro to node, to the parent directory, that was your sandbox. Okay, that was your sandbox. So this is how you are able to go back. Okay, this is how you are able to go back. So if I'm pressing enter, okay, if you are pressing enter, as you are able to see, if I'm writing pwd, you're able to see that we are back into our sandbox folder. Okay, sir, why are we doing this? No offense, none taken as well. Can we use VS Code for an alternate option? Of course, Akash, you can definitely do that, but like I have already explained, that I need to make sure that everybody coming to this bootcamp is able to get some hands-on practice. So Code Sandbox is a particular place which anyone can open up from their own mobile phones as well. So that is the reason why we are using Code Sandbox. That is the first reason why we are using Code Sandbox. The second is, we'll be asking you to submit the project. If you are doing it in the VS Code, then it's impossible for us to get the code to us, then like make sure that the code is running and all those kind of stuff for almost 3000 submissions. That is the reason why we prefer doing it in Code Sandbox, so that we just take up your Code Sandbox link and we are immediately able to check whether your code is working or not. Okay, okay, can you repeat how to create a folder? So folder, something is people are not able to understand, no issues. And there was one more question, I think. Okay, so the next question I was not able to see. Okay, no issues in that. Again, I will explain to you guys. PWD basically means present. So directory means folder. Somebody will refer to it as folder. Somebody will refer to it as directory. PW basically means present working directory. In which particular folder are you currently situated in? Now, if you want to create, so that as you're able to see, when we write PWD, we are in the sandbox folder. Now, to create a new folder, okay, let's say that you want to create a new folder called as intro-to-node. So the code for that will be mkdir. Okay, that is make directory. Okay, mk, that is make directory dir, and then the name of the folder that you want to create. Okay, so that is the command for doing that. Okay, now if we want to enter into our intro to node folder, right now as you are able to see, we are in our sandbox folder. How to get into our intro to node folder, guys? Can you guys let me know what should be the command of doing that? Ngovin, like I've already said, sorry, not Ngovin, Sohan Sonpakti, please do not do code along with me. Listen to me very carefully. Okay, I don't understand how to list the items. Just write ls. Okay, just write ls. Yes, that's correct, guys. Cd intro to node. So let's do that. Cd intro hyphen. If you are pressing on tab, that will auto complete it for you. Pressing enter. checking the present working directory pwd. As you are able to see, we are into our intro to node folder. Now to create a file, now I want to create a file inside of our intro to node folder, and that we are going to call it as index.js. okay, that is the file that we are going to call it as index.js. Now you can name it as anything that you want. I'm just choosing index.js because that is going to be our main file. You can name it as shaurya.js, naruto.js, you can name it as goku.js, vegeta.js. it's totally up to you. To create a new file using the command line, what we have to do is we have to use the word touch. okay, touch, touch, and then the name of the file. The name of the file that we want to create is index.js. okay, touch index.js. To create a new folder, mkdir in whatever the name of the folder is. To create a new file, we need to use the command touch. okay, and then the name of the file that you want to create, that is index.js. okay, Abhishek Chaudhary, to list and all the items, that is folders and files present in a directory, you have to use the command ls. Or list is the command to list all the files and folders that are present in a directory itself. So as you're able to see, touch index.js, as I'm pressing enter. okay, if I'm going into my intro to node folder, you are able to see index.js file right over here. okay, index.js file right over here. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please do let me know, guys. Abhishek Chaudhary, are you really trying to be so dumb by asking the same questions that I've already answered 5 different times, or you're trying to disturb the class? Like I'm not able to understand it. Okay, see, if you're trying to disturb the class, you have succeeded in it, and you can now leave the class itself. Otherwise, if you're really not able to understand it, just Google it. Even because right now, after like showing you 5 practical examples, telling you guys the answers, and then people helping you guys out inside the live chat, if you're still not able to understand it, I'm so sorry for it, but this bootcamp is just not for you. okay, so you can definitely leave the class itself. I don't want to waste your time. okay, great. So right over here, as you are able to see, we have created our folder. We have learned how to create a file as well. okay, and yeah, that is all that we have done right over here. okay, so again, I'm telling you guys how to list the files you want to see. So for example, the current working directory pwd is our intro to node. You want to see all the files present right over there. The code that you have to write is ls, or list. So it will show you all the files that are there. That is just index.js. that's the only file. There's no folder. If you want to create a new folder inside of our intro to node, the code for that is mkdir test. okay, I'm creating a new folder called as test. The code for that is mkdir test itself. So that will create a new folder inside of intro to node, as you are able to see, called as test. okay, and then if you are putting up ls once again, that is list, you are able to see that we are able to list the index.js file as well as the folder called as test. The folders are usually highlighted in blue. okay, if you want to go back to the, so if you want to go inside of the test folder, you have to write cd test. It will take you inside of your test folder itself. If you want to go back to the parent folder, you want to write cd space ... That will take you back to the parent folder. So all the different commands that we have seen, I've done every single command right now. Those guys who are still having any doubts, I'm not going to discuss this any further. okay, so I will just delete the folder as well, test, because we don't require it. That was just to show you guys an example. okay, let's see pwd. As you are able to see, we are into our intro to node folder. okay, so that is all the different commands. okay, that is all the different commands that we have seen up till this particular point of time. okay, so let's decrease the size of the terminal itself. Right over here inside of our index.js, we are going to write a JavaScript code, that is console.log, and then we are going to write our message hello world. okay, so as you're able to see inside of our index.js file, let me just decrease the size, we have written a particular line of code, that is console.log hello world. okay, are you guys able to see this particular line of code, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this particular code that I've written right over here inside of our index.js file. Please do let me know, guys. Great. The next thing that we have to do is, as you're able to see right over here, let's clear it up. Okay, we are currently present, so pwd, we are currently present into our intro to node folder where we have our index.js file, and inside of the index.js file we have our line of code that is your console.log hello world. Okay, now I want to run this particular file itself. I want to run this particular file that is our index.js. To run this particular file, the code that you have to write is very simple. Node, okay, node, then the name of the file that is index.js. Okay, as you're able to see, node index.js. As soon as I'm pressing enter, it is running that particular file for you, all the lines of code that is present in that file, and we are getting the answer as hello world inside of our terminal. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, so why are we learning terminal? See, in backend web development, developer spends 90% of its time using the terminal itself. Okay, all your running the code, using the code, keeping on the server live, everything happens from the terminal itself. So if you need to have a very basic understanding of the terminal to just start learning backend web development. Okay, so I think so I didn't made it very clear to you guys. That is the reason why we are working out of the terminal. Okay, I know it's very intuitive to use a mouse and just right click, create a new folder, write its name and all those kind of shit, but that is something that a third standard student does. You are a backend developer, so a backend developer will spend 80 to 70% of his time inside of the terminal itself. So you need to be very familiar with the commands of the terminal, and at a later point of time, this is just like basics. It's like teaching ABC, not even ABCD, just like just saying something. Okay, just like just telling a baby to just say dada or something like that. That is what this is. Okay, this is as basic as it gets in terminal. There's a lot that is there, but of course our job is to make sure that we are able to get familiarizing ourselves with the terminal itself. Okay, sure, I will run this particular line of code once again. So I think so the terminal is a bit small for you guys. That is the reason why you are not able to see this. Okay, so node, okay, that is what you have to write, node, and then the name of the file that you want to execute, that is index.js. Okay, node space index.js. So that will run that particular file for you, and as you are able to see, you are able to get the output as hello world. Okay, you are able to get the output as hello world inside the terminal. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. So why code sandbox is not running automatically like in Chrome? So Chrome had a button that was there right over there. Okay, you will never have a button like that at any point of time. That was just for the console itself. Okay, at any point of time, whether you are using VS Code, whether you are using code sandbox, at anything, okay, you will never have that kind of button. Whatever you have to do it using the terminal itself. Okay, great. So now that we have done this, okay, now that we have created our node file as well, one of the most important concepts that I wanted you guys to understand is that of REPL. Okay, just give me a second. My live chat, I don't know why, has literally ended right now. Give me a second, guys. I just need to restart the live chat. Okay, so we are going to understand upon REPL, REPL. Okay, read evaluation print loops. So if you guys remember, we learned about the console itself. Okay, we learned about two different stuff, the console as well as the snippets. So this looks very similar to the snippets that we learned about, and not the console that we were seeing at that point of time itself. So right now we are going to see how can we use the console right over here. Okay, how can we see the console right over here? So what we are going to do is we are going to use the REPL. So to open up read evaluation print loop, that is the full form of node REPL. Okay, read evaluation print loop. Okay, so to open that up, you have to just write node and nothing else. Just write node. Okay, and then press enter. So that will open up your REPL for you. This REPL is the exact same that you see inside of your console. So how the console functions, it functions in the exact same way. So if you want to write, for example, console console dot log hello, as you're able to see, we are able to get hello right over here. So it works the exact same way. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Hello plus space plus world, enter. So everything, just like you were using your console, you will be able to do it right over here as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand how to open? And this is called as, so in Node, it is called as REPL, or read evaluation print loops. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, somebody asked for undefined. Dude, like, do not agitate me. We have already learned about undefined in our previous class. Okay. Ooh. So to open up REPL, you just have to write node. It will open up REPL for you. It is the exact same thing as what we saw in the console as well. So it is pretty simple to understand. What is REPL? We need, if you have attended our previous class, we use the console in to write our code, where we were able to write just one line of code, and that is all we were able to do. So the exact same thing, using node, if you want to open it, that is called as REPL. Okay, this is called as REPL. Okay, instead of calling it as console, we call it as REPL, that is read evaluation print loop. REPL, REPL, read evaluation print loop. Okay, to exit it, you can just write exit, exit, to exit the, sorry, you can just do Control C twice. Okay, to exit the loop, you can just write Control C twice, and you will be able to exit it. Okay, or else the second particular way to enter, to exit the REPL, you can just press on Control C twice. The second method to be able to do that is to open up console is node. Just write node, and to exit it, it is .exit, exit. So that will also help you exit it. So you can exit using Control C twice, or can exit it using .exit. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. So we have the console next to the terminal, right? Then why should we use REPL? Okay, so where the fuck are you able to see the console? Like, the console is, sorry, I'm not abusing or something like that. It's just my normal language. So the console is something that comes in the browser. The console is a part of the browser. Right now, this is everything there. This is your place IDE. This is your online IDE, integrated development environment, which provides you the tools that you require for your development purposes. Okay. Okay, so we have learned about REPL. We have learned about like node as well. Now we need to use node at the end of the day. Up till now we have just looked at it. So if you guys remember, I told you guys that node provides an environment to the JavaScript, okay, to live in a computer itself. Now inside of a and it provides it with some additional features as well. If you guys remember that, okay, we provide it with some additional features as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Do you guys remember? It provides it, okay, with some additional features as well. Now one of those features is the ability to come in contact and like explore the files and folders that are there. Okay, so you can use JavaScript to play around with the files and the folders that are there inside of your computer. Okay, that is one of the powers that Node.js has bestowed upon on JavaScript. So let's go back to the Node documentation. So as you're able to see, there are a lot of different packages that has been built. So I need to shift myself from the left to the right once again. Okay, So as you're able to see, we are having a lot of different, so these are all the different packages that come pre-installed with our Node.js. Okay, so when the people who created Node.js, they have provided all these different packages. They write the entire code for it. You just import it and use it. Okay, that's the exact same thing as functions. Okay, instead of like creating everything from scratch, somebody has already written the entire code behind it. Somebody has also done all the dirty work for you. You can just use it from Node.js for your own purposes. One of those packages is the file system package. Okay, one of those packages is the file system package that you are able to see right over here, and we are going to utilize this particular file system package itself. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see inside of the file system, you are having so many different things that you can do with this particular file system itself. Are you guys able to see this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please do let me know, guys. There are so many different things that you are able to do there with the file system package itself. Yeah, are you guys able to see this? Please do let me know, guys. So these are called as native node modules. Okay, these are called as native node modules, and we are going to utilize these native node modules for our own purposes. Now, one of the things that we have not learned as of this particular point of time is constant. Okay, so we learned about variables. If you guys remember, we learned about variables. So variables is something like var a is equals to 5 or something like that. A simple variable that we are able to create. One of the other type of variables that is there is called as a constant. So what do you mean by the word constant in normal English, guys? Can you guys let me know? Can you guys let me know what do you mean by the term constant in normal English? Please let me know, guys. Can you guys let me know what is the meaning of the word constant in normal English? That's absolutely right, guys. Something that cannot be changed. Okay, something that cannot be changed is constant. So there is another type of variable that exists. So for example, after writing var a is equals to 5, I can write like a is equals to 56 right now, and there's no issues in that. But when I'm declaring something as a constant itself, const, const, okay, const b is equals to 6, and if I'm trying to write b is equals to 66, okay, that is wrong. Okay, this will give you an error because b is a constant. Okay, b is a constant. I cannot change the value of that. Okay, I cannot change the value of b at any point of time. As you're able to see, b is a constant. You cannot change it. You cannot change it. So which type of values do you declare constant? For example, I can make a constant called as pi is equals to 3.14. We know that pi is a constant value. We are never going to change it at any point of time. Some packages that we are trying to install, we are never going to change the package. We're only going to utilize that package. So that package will also be like created as a constant value itself. Are you guys able to understand the difference between a variable and a constant? From its very meaning, you should be able to understand it. From its very meaning, you should be able to understand it. Variable is something that's values can be changed, but its constant is something that's value cannot be changed. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Like I said, I didn't tell you guys about constant at an early point of time because this is where you are going to utilize it. So it will be easier for you to understand and see a practical implementation of it as soon as possible. Okay. Great. So what we are going to do right now is we are going to import. Okay, we are going to require the package that is there. Okay, so let's require the package. So const fs. Okay, we are creating a constant called as fs is equals to require the name of the package, that is file system. The short form for that is fs again. Okay, so right over here I've created a constant we have named the constant as fs, and it is requiring the package from our Node.js. Okay, it is requiring the package from our Node.js that is called as fs, or your file system. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this particular line of code, guys? Please do let me know. So the short form for file system is called as fs. As you're able to see, if I'm scrolling down, so you're able to see this is called as fs right over here. Okay, so we are naming it as fs, guys. Okay, great. So this is how we are able to require the package itself. Okay, now we are going to use one of the methods that are there, that is called as copy file sync. Okay, so let me try to find it for you guys. First of all, Control F. So this is one of the methods that we are going to use right now. Okay, so you can just go through the entire documentation for it as well. Okay, just go through the documentation, read about it, how to use it, blah blah blah, and you will be able to understand it at a later point of time. But like, I will directly use it right now inside of our code. So it is one of the packages. Okay, it is one of the packages that are there, that are related to fs. Okay, and what it does basically is it will copy the contents of one file into the other. Now these files are called as source and destination. Okay, these are called as source and destination. So it will copy the contents of the source file into the destination file itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. So we are going to utilize a method. So fs, okay, that is the file system that we have created. Dot, we are going to use the copy, copy file sync method. Okay, copy file sync method right over here. And inside of the parentheses, there are two things that we have to specify. Okay, that is the source and the destination. From which file do we want to copy, and from to which file do we want to paste? Okay, are you guys able to understand? So it is source, source, that is from where do you want to copy, and destination, to where do you want to paste it. Okay, these are the two things that we have to provide it to them. Right now we don't have a source or a destination, so let's create it. Okay, so what we have to do is we will create a new file inside of our folder. We'll name it as txt1.txt, or let's say file 1, f1.txt. That is our file 1. I will create a new file. We'll call it as f2.txt. okay, as you're able to see, f2.txt is totally empty. There is nothing inside of f2.txt. Inside of f1.txt, let's just write some gibberish. So let me take something from my profile itself. If I've written something on my profile, I don't have shit on my profile. Okay, so I want to copy something, man. Like, I'm not able to get anything. Okay, so I will copy it from right over here. Control C. Let's go back. Control V. So as you're able to see, we are having some text. So I've saved some text into our file 1.txt. Okay, I've seen something into our file 1.txt. But as you're able to see, file 2.txt is totally empty. Okay, file 2.txt is totally empty. So now we are going to go into our index.js. For our source file, we are going to specify it as f1.txt, that is from where do we want to copy. Okay, and destination, we want to specify it as f2.txt, that is to where do we want to copy the entire thing to. Okay, let's save it right over here. So this is our code that we have written. Okay, let's open up the terminal. Let's open up the terminal right over here. Let's go below to clear. So this, as you're able to see, looks very messy. So we'll just write clear, clear. Okay, let me just remove myself from the right hand side. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, we'll just write clear, okay, into our terminal, and it will just clear everything from our terminal itself. It looks neat and clean. Now we will run our code. So to run index.js file, guys, what should be the code that we should be writing? Can you guys let me know? What should be the code that we should be writing, guys, to run our index.js file? What should be the code that we should be writing to run our index.js file, guys? That's absolutely clever. Node index.js. Okay, so let's write node space index.js, and let's go to our f2.txt right now. So if you guys remember, let's go to our f2.txt, and nothing has happened. Okay, so did I make some error right over there? It should have been changed. Let me try to run the code once again. Yeah, so it is getting changed for a second and it is reverting back to its original case itself. If you guys are able to see, I think so there's a problem with the sandbox. Let me refresh the sandbox to check if there is any problem with that. Okay, so I've refreshed the thing as well. We are having f1.txt, f2.txt. Let me open up the console terminal once again. Sandbox has also started. Let me open up the terminal. Let me go to the file cd intro to node. Pwd clear node index.js. So yeah, it is working, but I don't know why, but it is not getting saved. Okay, so that is the problem that is happening. If you are able to see, if as soon as I'm running this particular line of code, our f2.txt that is currently open up, get some text inside of it for a second or two, and then it removes it. I don't know why. Let's remove it for compared to the version on. Okay, so let's cancel, Control S. Let me just reload it and remove the file2.txt from right over here. Okay, let's try to run this without opening up the file2.txt. I think so that should work. So let me go back to the terminal, increase the size of the terminal itself. Cd intro to node. Let's run the code itself, node index.js. Let us wait for a second or two to make it sure that it changes are getting saved or something like that. Let's try to open up f2.txt once again, and as you're able to see, everything got pasted into our f2.txt. So the problem was that because we are currently using an online IDE, so it was not able to save the changes while keeping the previous file opened up. Okay, so as soon as I've closed the file and I've tried to run the code again, as you're able to see, it is working absolutely fine. So our text from f1.txt got pasted into our f2.txt. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Oh, Xavier has joined us. That's great, man. A big fan of Xavier, actually. Sure, let's do this once again. Okay, so inside of our f2.txt, I'm deleting everything. I'm writing this is Shaurya. Okay, inside of our f2.txt, I'm writing this is Shaurya. Okay, into our f1.txt, we are having this bootcamp is organized in association with blah 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 blah. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to close both the files. We are going to go back to our terminal itself. So let me just open up the terminal. We are going to clear everything up. So clear. We are going to run our file once again. So node index.js. Okay, once it has run, we'll just wait for 1 or 2 seconds to make sure that these changes have been saved. We'll then open up our f2.txt. As you're able to see, this is Shaurya has been replaced by the contents from our f1.txt. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Those who are not able to understand, what are you not able to understand? I would like to understand that. Okay. If you're not able to understand, please let me know, guys, why previous content got deleted. So the current copy file sync that we are basically using. So sync basically means that both the files are in sync. So whatever contents that you're copying to from one file to the other will replace the content in the next file. That is the use of this particular module itself. Like I said, you can go and read through the entire thing, okay, from the documentation of Node.js, so that you are able to understand this. Okay. Okay, great. We are replacing it, Naveen, as you are able to see. Okay, the early thing that we had, this is Shaurya, has been replaced by the content of file 1. Okay, .txt, f1.txt. Okay. Okay, so now that this has been done as well, we need to understand about, so right now the thing that we used, okay, the package that we used was pre-built package, okay, of Node.js as well. Okay, this was a pre-built package of Node.js itself. We call these as native node modules. Okay, we call this as native node modules. Now what we need to do is we need to utilize our like packages that are built by other developers. Now this is called as native node modules that we use. Now what if you build a particular like code and you want to share it with the rest of the world to utilize it? You can do that by using something called as npm or node package managers. Okay, npm or node package managers, this is the largest, okay, collection of of JavaScript packages that are there in the entire world. Many developers have created different kinds of packages. They upload it right over here, and you can download these packages and utilize it as you want. Okay, for example, while you are building up a house or something like that, okay, it's, or while you're building up your own garden, while you build up your own garden, you have two choices. One, you can buy in the seeds. Okay, you can plant the seeds, water it every day, give it fertilizers, and wait for 10 years to like make it into a mango tree or something like that. Or you can buy like small mango trees that are available and just like start from right over there. Like you can just water it, feed it, and it will grow into a big tree in just like 3 or 4 years itself. So that's the same thing that you are able to do right over here. Instead of like creating the entire tree from scratch, instead of writing the entire code from scratch itself, you can utilize, okay, you can utilize these pre-built modules by other developers according to your own need. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Oh yes, you can directly purchase mango as well if you have money. Are you guys able to understand what I'm trying to say? So we are going to see on how can we utilize these npm modules itself. Okay, so let's go back to our code. Let's go back to our code, and where is our code? Right over here. And we'll be deleting our file 1.txt. We don't require it, so let's delete the file 1.txt and file 2.txt as well. Let's open up the terminal once again. So let's open up the terminal. Let's write clear. First of all, what we need to do is we need to initialize, okay, our npm. Okay, we need to initialize our npm. To initialize our npm, the code that we have to write is npm init. Okay, init. This is how you are able to initialize the npm within the intro to node folder. As you are able to see, first of all, pwd, that is our present working directory, is intro to node. We are going to initialize npm inside of right over here. So just write npm space init. npm init. Okay, so when you enter that, it will initialize npm for you. It will ask you some questions that you have to answer. Package name intro to node, yes, we'll keep it as intro to node. Version 1.0.0, let's keep it as that. Description, this is my first npm package. Entry point index.js, correct. Test commands, we don't want to have anything. Git repositories, we don't want to have anything. Keywords, we don't want to have anything. Author, let's write our name, Shaurya Sinha. License ISC, we'll keep as that, we're not going to change it. Is this okay? Just read through this once. Intro to node, version 1.0.0, this is my first npm package. Index.js, directories test, scripts test, author Shaurya Sinha, license ISC, so everything is fine. We'll just press enter, and you have initialized your very first npm package. Okay, you have initialized npm right over here. As you're able to see, it also created a new file inside of our intro to node called as package.json that contains all the information about our npm package right over here. What is its name, version, whatever descriptions that we gave, everything is contained right over here inside of this. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. The classes are for 1.5 hours, so those who are asking for attendance, we actually have 3 people that are noting down your names, and if you're not receiving your certificates, don't worry about it. You're not going to get any certificates, okay, because that is how we work. Okay, so npm packages, why do we require it? Like I've already explained this 2 minutes ago itself. Okay, that npm packages, so for example, you wanted to get access to the file system, so you utilize the file system module. That was a native node module that was there. Similar to that, maybe you want to do some other stuff. Okay, somebody has already written the code for it, so instead of coding it from the utmost scratch, you can use somebody's else npm package and utilize it directly into your code itself. Okay, let's look at some example. Let me search for an npm package. So let's search for a super villains package. As you're able to see, this is a super villain package right over here. Okay, and this particular package basically gives you like some random superhero names, super villain names. Okay, so it just gives you random super villain names. Now you could have created your own list of super villains, create a random function to provide you with super villain names, but somebody has already done that for you. So you can just install it and start using it. You can just install it and start using it. First of all, you need to install it. So for installing it, just copy this particular line, npm install super villains. Okay, just copy this particular line right over here, npm install super villains. First we need to install this particular package. So let's go back to our code. Let's go back to our code. Let's open up the terminal once again. Let's open up the terminal. Let's clear it up, paste the line that we copied right now. Let's do a right click and paste. As you're able to see, we have written npm install supervillains. Okay, we have written npm node package manager. Npm has the full form of node package manager. Okay, npm install supervillains, that is the package that we need to install. As soon as we are pressing enter, okay, it will just install that package for you. So it has installed it right now, as you are able to see. Next, what we want to do is we need to write the code for it. Okay, so if you are going into your package.json, okay, if you are going into your package.json right over here, you will be able to see that there's a dependencies. Okay, there is a dependencies, that is super villains, that is the package that we installed right now. Now what is it, what is the meaning of the word dependency, guys? Can you guys let me know what is the meaning of the term dependency in normal English? Can you guys let me know? We have students joining us from many different countries, not just India. We have students from South India as well who are not very comfortable in Hindi. That is the reason why all our classes are in English itself. Okay, dependent upon something. Exactly. So this particular package that you are having is dependent upon the supervillain. The code that you're currently writing is dependent upon the supervillain's node package. Okay, that is what it is trying to make you guys understand. So dependencies is the supervillain package that is there right over here. Okay, so as you're able to see the usage of this particular thing, okay, you are having const supervillains is equals to require supervillains, just like you were doing with fs, if you guys remember, is the exact same thing. So instead of like writing the code down, I'm very like tired right now, so I'll just copy paste it. So just delete everything. We will be writing our code right over here, okay, as you're able to see. Okay, const supervillains is equals to require supervillains. Okay, we have required the package. Next we are going to use it. The usage as well, if you are able to go to the package, you are able to see right over here. We will just copy paste this, okay, into our console. So we'll have the console dot log and then the random superhero name. Okay, so supervillains dot random will give you a random supervillain name that you will be just like logging out in the console itself. Okay, that will be logged out into the console itself. So just 2 lines of code that we have written right over here. We have saved it. Let's increase the size of the terminal and we will run this particular line of code. Let's clear it out first and let's run this particular line of code, that is node index.js. And as you are able to see, we are getting blockbuster printed out. Okay, that is inside of the console, we are able to get blockbuster, that is a random supervillain name. Okay, again we'll be running it out electrocutioner, again we'll be running it out armadillo, again we'll be running it out marrow, again we'll be running it out. Okay, I cannot read this, so we'll just move on to the next name. Again, this is also something that I will not read. Barren blood. Okay, so as you're able to see, without even writing a lot of code, okay, we haven't written a lot of code. Somebody else did all that hard work for us, collecting all the names, writing the code of it, creating a random generation function, and we are just utilizing it. We have just downloaded the package, installed the package, utilized the package. That is the beauty of Node Package Manager or NPM. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Oh, Kang the Conqueror is back. So we are able to understand everything, guys. I hope so. Great. So as you are able to understand this, it's pretty simple. Okay, nothing too complicated. There are 3 things that we learned today. Some of the terminal commands. We learned about Node.js native packages, and we learned about NPM packages that are made by other developers that you can download and directly utilize. Okay, these are the 3 things that you need to understand. Okay, are you guys are the packages vetted? So whatever we are using, these are vetted, but there are some other random packages that you shouldn't be installing. You should go with packages that many people across the community are currently using. Okay, Thanos, sad cause my name wasn't there. So Thanos, you are already dead, so you don't have a lot of different powers right now. Okay, so now that you have understand it, I will show you guys the attendance link for today. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. So I think so this is day 4, am I right? This is day 4, am I right, guys? Guys, this is day 4. Please do let me know, guys. Okay, so let me check if everything is working properly. Responses, accepting, settings, it is sending, send link, copy, Control C. Of course, you can go through the entire like package as well, try to explore it, what is happening, how it is dependent upon other packages as well, and all those kind of stuff. So try to explore it. You will be able to learn a lot. Okay, see, everything about development is something that you have to do. You have to explore from your own end. I cannot tell you everything. Okay, there's a very long, I'm so sorry. So there's a very long process that are there. Okay, so always try to explore as much as you can. Okay, at the end of the day. Download file name day-04. Can we edit npm? Please answer it. I'm not able to understand the question actually. If you're asking whether you can create your own npm package, then yes, you can. If you're asking whether there is an existing npm package and you want to edit it on your own, so I don't think so that is possible until unless you are a part of the people who have built the package. You can give like your suggestions and everything. That is something that happens. The second possible way is to like take that as a dependency, add the features that you want to do, and create a new package for it. So that is something that you can do. Okay, so is this video still be there after the session? Yes, of course. I will smile every day after the session. The videos are still there. We are not removing it. Those who want to connect with me, they can connect with me on Instagram as well or on LinkedIn. I've already provided you guys the link for the same down in the description of the video as well. So if you want to connect with me, talk to me, or if you have any doubts or concerns like that, you can always approach me on LinkedIn or on Instagram. It takes me some time to respond because I'm not that active, but yeah. If you guys want to connect with me, that's totally fine. It will be great to connect with you guys as well. Okay. The notes are available on the Discord channel, guys. The link for the Discord channel has already been shared down in the description of the video itself, guys. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. We'll end the class right over here. Okay. And we'll meet tomorrow at the same timings. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.